AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas for the 11th edition of the International Bowl. And here in Game 3 on Day 2, United States Under-17 national team against Japan. Good afternoon to you. Matt Peterson, Butch Al Sandor on hand. And this was a great matchup last year. 28-24, United States Under-17 national team over Japan. Japan had a chance to win it on the final play. With Japan, we always expect a very disciplined team, fundamentally sound. They have some athletes as well. And for the United States Under-17 national team, these guys are typically underclassmen in high school, some of the best prospects in the United States.
Yeah, USA football goes all over the country to find the best athletes. And if you look at what we saw earlier today, the Under-16 group and the Under-19 group, well, they performed very, very well. So the pressure is now on the Under-17 group. And you know what? The one thing they don't lack is talent. They have a lot of talent out there. Yes, the Japanese team comes in. It should be a competitive game in some ways. We'll have to see how it shakes out, but there's a lot of talent on Team USA's bench today.
A dominant morning for the United States. Wins over Mexico and Panama in the first two games. Japan might put up a stiffer test for the United States. We shall see. What are you looking forward to in this matchup for the United States?
Well, what I want to see coming off right off the bat, and since this is the International Bowl, just how well they work as a unit. And we can base it on what we've seen earlier today. They've worked really well. We've seen the Under-16 and the Under-19. They ran their offenses extremely well. So they've only had 6 days to practice. So they got the most out of those 6 days. And it'll be great to see whether or not that transpires and it works out the same way with the Under-17.
2 games left at the 2020 International Bowl. Kickoff between the United States Under-17 national team and Japan is next.
Riddell has been at the forefront of innovation in football equipment. First, we invented an icon. Then, we created football's leading impact monitoring system. We also introduced a truly customized interior. And now, we reimagined the DNA of the helmet. By constantly operating at the forefront of technology, our engineers are designing the future of the game today.
Football has evolved countless times, becoming the game we love today. We believe tomorrow's version can be a smarter and safer one. That's why we created the football development model. It decreases contact and focuses on progression by age, skill, and game type, starting with fun and fundamentals. It gives athletes more ways to play and more reasons to stay. Help us create a smarter and safer football that brings people together. Explore the football development model at usafootball.com/FDM.
Will you be the selected one? Are you giving us everything you've got to be the best you can be? You got to dig down deep. Every drill, every competition. Don't even represent just your family, but this family. You got to be willing to let that blood flow. You got to bring it out in you. What we want is a band of brothers coming together. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. Here we go. Get loose.
Set for kickoff. Japan will receive the kickoff in its red uniforms and white helmets. And back among the returnees for Japan is Kenshin Suzuki. The kicker for the United States national team was set to kick it away. And we are underway. Good kick, booming back towards the end zone.
Wow, Robert Gunn got all of that one. I mean, he put his foot into that one to get this one underway. So that was kind of surprising because all we've seen all day long, especially when it comes to kickoff and special teams, they've either been onside kicks or they've been really short kickoffs. And how do you know it? The Under-17 kicker on the national team steps up and shows he's the one who has the leg.
Japan's first offensive series will begin from the 25-yard line. Odora Niwiyama is the quarterback for Japan. Again, this was a very competitive matchup last year at the 10th International Bowl. 28-24, the United States over Japan. Japan had a touchdown heave at the last second, which was broken up in the end zone. On the first down, they handed off a sweep to the left well tackled. Excellent defense from Owen Carey.
Yeah, Owen Carey did a really good job of containing that play, making sure they did not get on the outside. Good job as he fell back inside, number 40, and made that tackle. Really good play.
Niwayama, the quarterback. A loss of 4. 2nd and 14, and great tackle immediately. That's been the story all day today from the United States national teams. Anthony Costanzo, defensive back out of Colorado Springs.
You can already see the Japanese team coming out with better sets than we've seen earlier today from the international teams. I mean, they're coming out with formations, trying to make things happen to confuse the defense, and so far, Team USA has risen to the tune of getting them for losses. I mean, it's been a really good stop so far on this drive.
Nice little screen play, blockers in front. It'll be about a yard shy of the first down. Good run after the catch from Kenshin Suzuki.
Yeah, check it out. Suzuki's going to take this. It's just a little quick screen to the wide receiver, and he has some quickness as he got up, and before he could even be touched, he was in the secondary. So they had that play set up well, and he moved down and was very close to picking up that first down, but came up just a little short.
Now 4th down for Japan. 2 back there to receive it for the United States under-17 national team, including Costanzo and Dudley. A whistle right before the snap.
And if they were planning to fake it, they probably won't do it now.
Illegal substitution against the United States. Coaching staff for Japan is fired up. And it gives Japan a first down. It was 4th and short, remember. That defensive miscue on the substitution prolongs the drive for Japan.
Yeah, it's a good job. It's a mistake on the organization, really, because you want to have your teams in and out, special teams in, defensive teams out, and obviously someone kind of got mixed up there, and it cost Team USA a first down. They had the Japanese team stopped, and now Japan has another opportunity.
On first down, the option, they hand it off just past the 40-yard line.
Mishima on the carry, and he just didn't have a lot of room for him to find anything there. Number 11, good job up front by the USA defensive front. They were very tough on that play, held him to about a yard, but he really didn't have any daylight anywhere inside.
2nd and 9 from the 40 for Japan. Big throw down the right sideline, well covered.
You know, it was really, really good coverage on that play, but I just like the fact that he was looking down there. Niwayama, you want to loosen up that defensive secondary. You want to let them know that, hey, we're going to take that shot. You know, you can't exactly come up and start playing the run because we're going to go right over the top. And if nothing else, when you throw the ball deep like that, you loosen up the secondary and you open up some other things offensively.
Akira Turkizawa, the intended receiver. Anthony Costanzo was the man marking him. 3rd and 9 for Japan. And a procedural penalty against Japan. We saw some movement at the line of scrimmage. Well, a few players to watch on this United States under-17 national team. Among them, Sir Mells, the defensive lineman, Carlos Cervantes, the linebacker, Anthony Costanzo, and Zaire Riley, the defensive back.
Yeah, Owen Carey also playing on that defensive line there. Japan is really with a high-tempo offense. I mean, they're getting to the line of scrimmage. They're getting back and forth, so they're not wasting a lot of time in this one.
Play fake, flipped out to the right side, and tackled out of bounds to be another 4th down. Maybe a late hit. Watch how late 52 came in. I think he sort of got away with one there. Good hustle, but sometimes you cross the line. That was Ryan Costello.
Ryan Costello over there. And no flag on the play, so on that particular case, no harm, no foul. But it's really been impressive, like I said, how Japan is getting out of the huddle and up to the line right away. I mean, they're really running an up-tempo offense right now, and usually that takes a toll as the game goes on.
1 and 2 back to receive for the United States. Caden Dudley and Zaire Riley. And will bounce around the 14 and roll all the way to the 5-yard line. Excellent punt from Japan.
Yeah, Zaire Riley had some thoughts about picking that one up, and then he thought twice, and he didn't do it. He erred on the side of caution, and that's always a good thing to do. Now, the Team USA want their first possession deep in their own territory. No, but it's better than having a fumble and giving the ball up there. So we'll get our first look at that Team USA offense.
A few quarterback options for the United States national team. Chris Parson has become somewhat of a local legend around here at Duncanville High School, was the backup quarterback and had to jump into the starting lineup for the championship game, a loss against North Shore this year. But an intriguing option at quarterback for the United States under-17 national team. That's Parson for the U.S. And here on the first series, hand it off. Parson will hand it off. Up the middle for a couple.
Yeah, Parsons already has an offer from Kansas. And I'm sure he's going to have a lot more than that coming in. He's going to be able to pick and choose and find the right fit for him. That was USA trying to get something going up the middle with the running game. And so far, Japan tough on defense. Not much there at all. Short 3 yards.
Parson was here less than a month ago. Championship game for 6A in Texas. Right here at AT&T Stadium, a 31-17 win, North Shore over Duncanville. He was a true freshman, and then an injury to the starter forced Parson in the championship game. 47,000 people were here. And a competitive outing from Parson against one of the best teams in the state the last couple of years, North Shore.
Yeah, and I was going to say, if you can walk into this stadium and perform with 47,000 screaming fans, he's going to do all right today. And you can see 6'1", 180. He's a pretty big guy. And they're expecting big, big things from him. You can bet those college scholarship offers are going to keep rolling in.
Duncanville High School quarterback will be a sophomore in the fall. Flips it out. It's dropped. And a tackle after the miscatch. So a shaky first possession for the United States national team. And this Japan start feels a lot like last year. Was able to watch that game, and Japan was very competitive. Watanabe with the pass breakup.
Yeah, he was trying to hit Ramon Brown coming out of the backfield, and they really didn't have much going on that play at the beginning of it. So it ended up being better for Team USA that it was an incompleted pass because he had nowhere to go. They were hoping they could get him the ball. He could make a move out there in open space and kind of create something, but it wasn't going to happen on that play.
Kenshin Suzuki and Kazuya Nutmita are back to receive for Japan. The punter is out. Robert Gunn out of Seminole, Florida. Punts it from the 2. Fair catch at the 47. Catch made by Nutmita.
So right now, the battle for field position favors Japan after the 2 punts, and that's what they were trying to do after they picked up the initial first down off of the penalty. They moved it enough, and they pinned the Team USA deep into their own territory, and now the exchange of punts, and Japan's going to take over in very, very good field position.
Their drive begins from the 46. The quarterback, Odora Niwayama, ready from the shotgun. Low snap, picks it up, and just goes down. A mistake from Japan on first down. The U.S. capitalizing upon a poor snap and fumble, and a couple of guys there combining. Owen Carey and Skylar Grant there for the U.S.
Yeah, take a look. Niwayama there. Once he dropped that snap, it was a low snap. It was tough to handle, and the play was over after that. I mean, that was really the end of the line. As you said, big number 99, Skylar Grant, right there. And Skylar shows up on the scene, and the sun disappears because he's a pretty big guy.
2nd and 14 after the 4-yard loss. Looking left, pressure, throws it, underthrown. Hard to get a good throw off with the defensive player in your chest. The intended receiver, Akira Turkizawa.
Well, good job by Team USA there, dialing up a blitz. They put the pressure on the quarterback, and like you said, Matt, under that kind of heat, it's really tough to get enough on that football to complete it. I mean, he's very lucky that it wasn't intercepted. Darius Ragland was putting the heat on the quarterback.
Niwayama ready. 3rd and 14 for Japan. 2 right, 2 left, 1 in the backfield. A look left, now to his right, airs it out down the sideline. Overthrown, nearly intercepted, but Zaire Riley, the DB, ran out of room. The intended receiver, 81, Koki Ono.
Yeah, that one didn't have much of a chance at all. Niwayama looking downfield, but I think he made up his mind. He was just going to unload that one quickly. No harm, no foul. Get it out there, incomplete pass, and we'll punt the football back and see if we can keep Team USA pinned up near their own goal line.
Punt away from the 40-yard line. Caught at the 14. I guess he signaled early for the fair catch. A defensive battle in the first quarter. Under 17 national team and Japan scoreless.
My name is Robert Pomazek. I'm the head football coach at St. Charles North High School. This is my 7th year in that position. 2 years ago at the USA Football Clinic, I found out about this player monitoring system from a coach at DeSoto High School who had used it with his program, and how game-changing it was to be able to look at hard data on what the physical load the players were taking on. So when I looked into it, it seemed like a clear-cut winner for us to take our program to the next level.
Gatorade packs carbs to refuel and electrolytes to replenish, so you can bring the heat. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Riddell has been at the forefront of innovation in football equipment. First, we invented an icon. Then, we created football's leading impact monitoring system. We also introduced a truly customized interior. And now, we reimagined the DNA of the helmet. By constantly operating at the forefront of technology, our engineers are designing the future of the game today.
High school football on ESPN. Matt Peterson with Butch Alcindor. 3rd of 4 games today on day 2 of the 11th International Bowl. The under-17 national team of the United States against Japan. A very competitive first quarter. And after the punt, the United States back on the field with Chris Parson, the quarterback. He'll take it himself, past the 20, juke to his right, makes another man miss. Tripped up near the 30, tried to stay on his feet. A big run for Chris Parson.
Yeah, and that looked like a design run, Matt. You're going to see he looked to his right like if he was looking to throw the football, but I think that may have been a design run from the start because he pulled it down right away, and as you could see, had a lot of room inside and made the most of it. He actually got to show off some of his athletic skill here. Look at it. He's looking out to the right, but he pulls it down very quickly, and the linemen were already downfield blocking, getting on their men. So a nice design play set for him to run the football. He pulls it down and picks up a nice gain for Team USA.
17-yard pickup for Chris Parson, the Duncanville High School quarterback. A player down on the field will lead to a break. We can see him limping off. Now, Gaithe Fujimoto, the linebacker, and down to the sideline with Lauren Leal.
Guys, a very talented guy to watch out for today is number 55, Sir Mells. I asked Coach about him, and he said simply he is a freak, deceptively fast, and what he's seen in practice. He walked up to coaches and said, guys, I'm only in 10th grade. Everyone was surprised to the max, and Sir Mells was actually on the select team last year, improved the coaches, and moved up to represent Team USA nationally.
Thanks, Lauren. Appreciate your reports throughout the day today. Been on the sideline since the first game this morning at 8:30. Now Parson airs it out. Overthrown down the left sideline. His target was Pierce Smalley.
You know, Lauren said Sir Mel's is only in the 10th grade. Check this out. Look at that 10th grader, 6'4", 293 pounds. I mean, I can imagine his mom going out to buy, I used to have to shop in the Husky department, so it's kind of, I don't know where Sir's going to go to get his clothes, but 293 pounds, that's pretty impressive. That's very impressive.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion, handed off right up the middle. Tackle made around the 40-yard line. Good carry there from Martin Blake, the running back from Las Vegas.
Yeah, Team USA making a concerted effort here to get the running game going. You know, it was Parsons on the keeper earlier in the ball game. And now we see Martin Blake, the 5'7", 185-pounder from Las Vegas, with a big run right up the middle. So that offensive line starting to chip away and open some holes in the middle of that Japan defense.
Blake out of Canyon Springs High School in Las Vegas. A sweep, 1 tackle broken, excellent read. There's 5 red jerseys in the backfield.
The Japan defense was all over that play. The misdirection didn't fool anyone. They were waiting on that as he came around. It's just a good, fine defensive play, getting up there in a hurry to drop Team USA for a loss on the play.
Caden Dudley, the wide receiver. Play designed for him.
Yeah, Dudley's already committed to Colorado, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm sure he will get more offers than that. But he didn't have a chance on that play.
Rare to see the United States national team struggle offensively like this. We've seen them march down the field this morning and yesterday. Now the punt here from the 26-yard line. High booming kick, fair caught just inside the 30. By Kenshin Suzuki.
Boy, Najika was down there for Team USA, Fabian Najika, and he was very, very close to interfering with the punt returners. He was trying to make the catch there, but he managed to hold his balance there, did a little tiptoe dance, but he didn't touch him. So you're right, Matt. I mean, we're locked in this defensive struggle here with 3 minutes and 51 seconds left, and that's not what we have seen today. We have seen an offensive bonanza, but right now it's the defenses that are winning this battle.
Kazuyuki Hatan is the head coach for Japan. Ichihiro Ogawa, the offensive coach. Masha Haru Yazawa, the defensive coach for Japan. On first down, the zone read. Now he's going to throw it. Has an open man and a first down. Bursting through the middle of the field and off to the end zone. He has 2 to beat. He will get there. Japan opens the scoring. Takamoto Suzuki.
You can't run that better than Nakayama did. I mean, he did a great job, did not give it away, held down to the football to the last second, gave the receiver time to get downfield. Let's take a look as he's going to come down. Gave the impression that he was going to run the football, but it was going to be it's one of those RPMs where you have the option to pass all the time. So he faked like he was going to run the ball, passed it downfield to a wide open receiver. Japan is on the scoreboard first.
We saw some flag football here yesterday. That felt like a flag football play with running towards the line of scrimmage and then flipping it out, and just a busted coverage for the United States in the secondary. They're going to fake this PAT and throw it in. Oh, a fake point after touchdown. They convert it. Yo Fujisawa with the 2-point conversion, 8-0 Japan, Chip Kelly style here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Japan taking full advantage. You know, sometimes you decide when you're going to run those 2-point conversion, and here's another look at the touchdown. And once he made the catch, it was all over. I mean, it was a foot race to the end zone, and he won it. I mean, Suzuki, no one's going to catch him from behind. I mean, he showed it right there. He had a couple of guys to beat, got by him easy. But the execution of the play, and we'll take a look at that a little later if we get an opportunity, because that was something to behold, the way he just held on to the football until the last second before he would throw it downfield. Nakayama made that happen by his handling of the football in the backfield. But that is a surprise when you look at what we've seen today, when you look at the scoreboard, and Japan is up 8-0.
The first time an American team has trailed in this competition since yesterday morning. Panama, a 45-41 victory over the United States U-17 select team.
And sometimes you decide ahead of time as far as that two-point conversion go. You may decide the day before the game, if we get up first, let's go for two. Because you want it to be something to handle quickly. I mean, usually when you take the time to figure it out and to decide, that's when it breaks down and the defense kind of gets a hint that something's up. Right here, they had no chance. They ran out, immediately ran the play and got the two-point conversion.
Short kickoff fielded at the 34-yard line. Fair catch is made by Anthony Ciracione. Work to do for the United States under-17 national team after that impressive series from Japan. Looks like a quarterback really built for this game, and Odora Nijiyama on that spectacular play downfield to Takamoto Suzuki.
Yeah, everybody went in with the fake. The fake made that play, and everybody came up, and Suzuki was wide open. So here's Jake Strong.
Jake Strong's first offensive series. He hands it off and met in the backfield. Boy, the defensive line for Japan has got penetration on just about every running play for the U.S. national team.
Yeah, they're hustling and they're gang tackling. I mean, everybody's getting to the football. It's not like it's one red shirt there. You got two, you got three, sometimes four. So right now, everybody's going to the football. In fact, the most success Team USA has had here in the first quarter is when they've run the football right at them. They've had a lot of success early on just by running the football right at the Japanese team.
8-0 Japan. The team's going over to huddle with a player being helped off the field, but no timeout. And the new quarterback in for the United States under-17 national team is Jake Strong out of Justin, Texas, and Northwest High School.
And this is the Team USA is behind for the first time now. Now you have to go to the sidelines and you have to say, well, what do we have to change? What adjustment do we have to make? Because some of the toughest adjustments to make are the in-game adjustments. A lot of teams get to halftime and they can kind of create something, find out what's going on, come up with something else. But right now, Team USA is going to have to try to adjust on the fly.
Another handoff, another excellent defensive play from Japan. It seems like U.S. really trying to establish the run, but unable to do so on this carry with Quillan Furrer.
Yeah, there just wasn't any room there at all. There's, they've had success running the ball in this quarter, but nothing doing there. Once again, the defense of Japan scrambling to the football, and now we're going to have a player jog off because he lost his shoe, and they're one short. And so now we have 11.
Farrar with the carry from Mesquite, Texas. 3 left, 1 right for the U.S. national team. It's 3rd and 11. Strong from the shotgun, a high snap, pressure on Strong, able to set up the screen and immediately tackled. More good tackling from Japan. It's been impressive. The play was set up for Ramon Brown.
Man, on the initial reaction there, it looked like that play was going to get a lot more than that when they set it up. Good job by the line, letting the defensive line through. They did a good job of disguising it, but a couple of linebackers weren't fooled. They went right to the running back, took him down, but initially it looked like he's got a lot of room out there, but by the time the ball got there, he really didn't have a chance to do much.
Robert Gunn back to punt from his 22-yard line. High punt, bounces at the 32, off a Japanese player. It's recovered by the United States.
Brendan Burke with the recovery for Team USA, and it definitely hit one of the players from Japan. There's no doubt about it. The ball hit him, and Burke alertly made the recovery for USA, the 5'9", 190-pounder from Warren, Massachusetts. Boy.
Special teams continue to be a challenge for these international teams. Fair catch signaled for. A fair catch, if it does bounce, it's a live ball. It's going to bounce off of Kirshin Suzuki, and U.S. first to respond.
Yeah, Suzuki had no idea where the football was. I mean, you saw he was just he had his head down. He thought the play was over. He was about to jog off. The ball comes down short of the return man hits him, and Team USA made the recovery.
Jake Strong remains at quarterback. Would you say on special teams kick return in that situation, especially if you're not the man who called for the fair catch, you have to get out of there and avoid that exact play?
Well, the main thing is you have to know where the football is. I mean, he was so close to the return man that he was not aware of where the ball was. He was assuming the guy was making the catch, but you really can't do that. You have to be aware of your surroundings, and that's the first turnover of the game, and it's a big mistake by Japan. It was a huge mistake. So USA is going to take over in good field position, and we'll see if they can't chunk it in. They're going for a change, change of pace. Parsons started the game, and now Jake Strong is in there, and he'll get another shot to see if he can make something happen for the USA national 17 and under offense.
Strong from Justin, Texas, about 35 miles northwest of Arlington and AT&T Stadium. High snap, handed off to the left side. Some space out there to run a first down for the United States. Best run so far, that from Ramon Brown.
Yeah, he did a good job with that, and some of his offensive linemen got out there and did an excellent job of staying with their blocks, giving him that little crease and that extra time he needed to turn the corner. As we take a look right there, good block by number 32. That is Daniel Seals. He did a good job of sealing that in right there to give Brown some room to turn the corner, and he made the most of it.
1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. They go back to Brown. He'll cut inside, pick up 4 or 5 before he's tackled by 3 Japanese players. Brown, one of the top running backs in the country in the class of 2022. Offers from Michigan, South Carolina, and Maryland already.
Well, he's an impressive guy. Just looking at him, he's a big guy. I mean, 6 foot, 196, and you can tell he carries himself. He runs with a little determination there.
2nd and 6. Another high snap back to Brown. Brown will pile ahead for 1 or 2.
Not much in there, but he did a good job of escaping the first would-be tackler. Slipped away from him and forced himself forward to get back to the line of scrimmage. Just a good job by Brown, showing some of his strength right there.
Maybe one more play before the end of the third quarter for the United States national team. Down 8-0. Clock ticking. Strong from the shotgun. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Great first quarter for Japan. They have an 8-0 lead of the United States under-17 national team. It's the International Bowl second quarter when we come back.
My name is Robert Pomazek. I'm the head football coach at St. Charles North High School. This is my 7th year in that position. 2 years ago at the USA Football Clinic, I found out about this player monitoring system from a coach at DeSoto High School who had used it with his program, and how game-changing it was to be able to look at hard data on what the physical load the players were taking on. So when I looked into it, it seemed like a clear-cut winner for us to take our program to the next level.
Gatorade packs carbs to refuel and electrolytes to replenish, so you can bring the heat. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Riddell has been at the forefront of innovation in football equipment. First, we invented an icon. Then, we created football's leading impact monitoring system. We also introduced a truly customized interior. And now, we reimagined the DNA of the helmet. By constantly operating at the forefront of technology, our engineers are designing the future of the game today.
We begin the second quarter. High school football on ESPN. International Bowl. It's 11th edition, 6th consecutive year at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Matt Peterson with Butch Alcindor. Opportunity for the United States to get in the end zone for the first time. Jake Strong, the quarterback, from the 12-yard line. 3rd and 6. Handed off, breaking to the right, near a first down. Looks like he just might have it. Hard running that time from Martin Blake.
Run to the daylight, my friend, as he takes off there. You can see Martin Blake, where the play was supposed to go, there was no daylight. There was nothing there. He bounced it to the outside, and that was a really good run on 3rd down.
First down.
To pick up the first down for Team USA. But what a good power run right there by Martin Blake.
Blake was the MVP at the International Bowl last year of the under-16 game.
Doesn't have an offer yet, but I'm sure that's going to change.
Good play fake. Rolling to his right to the back corner of the end zone. A lot of red shirts there. It's knocked away. Good coverage from Japan. The intended receiver was Anthony Saracione.
Yeah, good job by Jake Strong on the play fake there, but it didn't really shake anybody loose in the end zone. He's rolling to his right, and when you roll to one side of the field or the other, you're kind of limiting yourself. And he actually had 3 receivers on that part of the end zone, and that's going to make it very crowded to try to get that football in there.
2nd and goal from the 7. High snap, handed off, dancing out to the left, stick arm, further out. He'll dive for the pylon. Touchdown!
Boy, how about that Martin Blake?
Determined run. It felt like they had him contained to the outside, but he would not be denied once he sniffed that pylon.
He just has a knack for going to where no one is there. Look at him with a nice stiff arm there, forcing his way to the outside, another stiff arm, and then the dive right there to the post, and he's in for the touchdown. Man, right over that pylon, and that's an impressive run. And it's when Team USA, it was a good time for them to get it, but what an impressive run by Martin Blake.
A point after touchdown is through from Robert Gunn. A minute into the 2nd quarter. Japan 8, United States national team 7. A good one here in Arlington.
Fire TV Cube? Alexa, turn on the TV. Play Martha and Snoop's Potluck Party Challenge.
Stuffing and I now for my
Alexa, volume up.
bread thrown together with some sausage.
It's tough to quit smoking cold turkey. So Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along with support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. Chantix reduces the urge, so when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, depressed mood, suicidal thoughts or actions, seizures, new or worse heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or life-threatening allergic and skin reactions. Decrease alcohol use. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Tell your doctor if you've had mental health problems. The most common side effect is nausea. Quit smoking slow turkey. Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
2nd quarter from Arlington International Bowl, our 3rd game out of 4 today. The under-18 national team will take on Canada in the nightcap. Japan opened the scoring and had a fake PAT, which led to a 2-point conversion. And the U.S. responds. Impressive run from 7 yards from Martin Blake. A response from the United States. Now they will kick away. 2 back to receive for Japan. Kenshin Suzuki, number 80, and Jin Mei Shima, number 11.
Well, USA had to respond. I mean, that's what you want to do. You give up a touchdown to one team, and it's great for your momentum to come back and answer that touchdown on the next possession, and that's what they did. That was pretty good, pretty impressive.
From the 5-yard line. And out to the 25. Now to the sideline.
Number 76 of Japan team translator here. Talk to us about what it means to be here today and playing at the International Bowl.
ここに来て君がここにプレイすることは君にとってどういう意味がありますか？
やっぱ自分のアメリカンフットボール人生の中で欠かせない経験、欠かせない機会をもらったと思ってここにいます。
Best moment when the career in playing American football for himself.
How fun is it being here with all of your teammates? Has it been hard coming overseas and learning each other's strengths really quick?
海の向こうからここに来てチームのみんなと一緒にここで住んでどういうふうに感じてますか？
もうチームはもう仲間家族のような感じで感じてます。
For him, team means family now.
Family. That's what this International Bowl is. Bringing family, friendly competition. Thank you so much for being with us. Number 76, we're going to send you back out on the field and send it back up to you guys.
Thank you, Lauren Leal. E2 giving the sideline interview. Well, Japan back on offense. A broken tackle. Out to the 40. A first down for Japan on that 2nd and 3 play. The first run of the series. There's some Jin Meishima for 7 yards. First down picked up right there by Liku Ino.
Did you notice how big that K-Root E2 was? Man, he made about 3 Lawrence right there. I mean, he had some size on him right there on the sideline. E2, we're going to be looking for number 76 in this game. He's a big fella. I'm sure they're going to use him in a lot of different ways.
Good play fake on first down. It's intercepted. Perfectly read. A pick 6 for the United States, taken back by Darius Ragland.
Boy, you can't do it much better than that. Ragland read that play all the way. Take a look right here. He's going to telegraph his pass just a little bit. Ragland had beat the receiver to the ball. I mean, he knew that was coming. A great read. He read the quarterback's eyes, broke on the football, and then goes down the sideline for the touchdown. Darius Ragland, a 6'1", 168-pounder, with an outstanding play right here to flip the score in this ball game.
Ragland out of Carbondale Community High School.
You know, we mentioned his name earlier in the game. He was putting some pressure on the quarterback on the blitz, but what a play that was to put Team USA out in front. Take a look right here. And he had a break on the football. He knew where it was going the entire time. Nice job by Ragland. Reached out and made a great catch. Takes it all the way back for the touchdown. Niwayama just kind of telegraphed that one. And sometimes when you do that, that's what happens. He took a chance, and boy, did it pay off big time for Team USA.
Well, it ain't nothing lead for Japan, but then they had the fumble on the fair catch attempt, which set up the U.S. for its first score, and then the pick 6 gives the United States national team a 14-8 lead.
When you turn the football over, you give away possessions. You know, you give more possessions to your opponents, and it's less you're going to have on the field, and that happens every single time. If you don't turn the football away, everybody is so much better just because there's only so many possessions and a half. And so 2 turnovers for Japan, and all of a sudden, just like that, 2 touchdowns for Team USA.
Darius Ragland entering his senior year next year, his senior season in the fall at Carbondale Community High School. He was the Gold Ball MVP at the Chicago Regional this past spring, back in May. Robert Gunn kicks it away. From the 4-yard line. Oh, a good seam up this right sideline. He'll turn the corner at the 40, race inside the 40-yard line. Check out that speed from Kenshin Suzuki.
Yeah, Suzuki's got some wheels. I tell you that right now. I mean, we've seen him. He's been the kickoff returner. He's caught a couple of passes. I mean, this guy can do it all. And take a look at this. He sees the hole, sprints toward the sidelines, and just outran everyone. Last guy was the kicker, and he got him out of bounds. Did a fine job to do that. But what a return. Kenshin Suzuki with an explosive play for the Japanese team.
And after a defensive first half of the first quarter, we've had a more offensive swing here in the second. Both teams opening things up on offense and special teams. From the shotgun, nice little screen set up. He'll break into the open field and down to the 16-yard line. Tomoaki Yokoyama with the big gain.
Yeah, nice job by Yokoyama, but again, Niwayama did a great job unloading that pass. That play was set up great. It was a little wide receiver screen. You could see everyone picking up their blocks, and he did a great job getting behind that to maximize the gain on that play.
Fake handoff, a slant inside, just slightly underthrown.
Niwayama is actually doing a good job of getting that football out of his hands. I mean, he's unloading quickly. Last time down, it didn't pay off because Ragland took a gamble and he got a big payoff on that one. But what we've seen so far when he's gotten it there, he's done a good job.
Half the distance to the goal after the roughing the passer call against Sir Mells.
That's going to put Japan in really good shape down there inside the 10, knocking on the door, trying to answer the score by Team USA.
First and goal from the 8.5-yard line. To the end zone. Touchdown, Japan. Akira Turkizawa.
Niwayama just threw that one right on the money. He got set, and look at that, a perfect strike into the end zone. I mean, this young man can throw the football. He got himself set and went right to the wide open receiver, and just like that, that big kickoff return set it all up for Japan, put them in a good field position, and they wanted to answer. Suzuki ran it all the way back near midfield, and then right after that, you come down and you get the touchdown.
They faked a PAT last time and got a 2-point conversion out of it.
Niwayama's been impressive.
Japan and the United States national team tied here in the second period.
Thank you guys for your hard work and dedication.
Hello, son. I think it's time you join the family business.
Dad, come on, I'm
going to Old Spice, Fiji, where the cracking of coconuts releases pheromones of masculinity and mojitos.
Dad, I use Old Spice body and face wash. It's ultra smooth. I'm not like you, Dad.
All right, son. I'll let you get back to your pants meeting.
Wasn't me, baby. No, it wasn't me, baby. Baby, wasn't me. Must have been some other body. Baby, wasn't me.
Free 2-hour grocery delivery. Now with Prime.
A 1-point lead for Japan, 15-14. Really entertaining start to this one, Butch Alcindor.
Yeah, you know, it started out kind of slowly. It was a defensive battle for most of the first half, and then we had a couple of turnovers, and then the Japan offense ignited with a couple of great passes, and here we are, 15-14.
Short kick taken from the 29-yard line, out through midfield, up to the 44-yard line. Nice return. Zaire Riley.
Yeah, Zaire Riley bringing it back for Team USA, the young man from Tallahassee, trying to get something going on the kickoff return. It'll be interesting to see what approach Team USA goes for on offense this time. Martin Blake has been very impressive since he's come into the ball game. He didn't start, but he's come on and he's really given this team a lift with his power running and his ability to seek out the open space. So Parsons is back, looks like.
Parson back in at quarterback. Fakes the handoff, dumps it off at midfield. Another catch for Pierce Smalley, wrestled out of bounds. First down play for the United States.
Yeah, good job. Quick pass from Parsons there over there to Smalley, who tried to do a nice stiff arm near the sideline. But it's a good play for Team USA to start the drive. How about his cleats there? It's got the gold shine on them there. Those are pretty cool.
Making his case for the MVP in the first half with his footwear. What a great fake there from Parson. He fooled me. And the carry up to the 30-yard line.
That was number 20, Farrar, running the ball. The 5'7", 175-pounder from Mesquite, Texas. You know, they got three. Of course, all their backs are good, but they got three guys that are really excellent at running the football.
Hands it off for Farrar. This time he bounces out to the right side. What an excellent tackle. Perfect technique from 15, Soma Sugawa.
Sugawa. You talk about being aggressive on defense. Sugawa read that one, came up in a hurry, and it's very difficult to bring a running back down in the open field, and he did it by himself. What a great tackle on the play. Keep Team USA short of that first down.
Sets up 3rd and 2 for the United States from the 30-yard line. Parson hands it off. First down, hard yards off the left tackle for Quillan Farrar.
Nice job there by Team USA. You know, you're going to watch, you're going to see they walked the tight end over to the left side, started on the right side, and he was able to seal that run right there to allow Farrar to pick up the first down. Good job. Cameron Harold was the guy who made that good block on the outside there that gave him just enough room to pick up that first down.
Second year with the national team for Farrar as Japan calls time. Quillan was on the under-16 squad last year. Has offers from Kansas, Tennessee, and a handful of others. A football family with the United States national team. Quillan's older brother was on the under-19 team last year, now at Oklahoma State. Get a great scouting report from the coaching staff. Farrar described as a back with low center of gravity with track star speed. Maybe not as tall as Brown, but equally as effective.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, he already has, like you said, those offers from Kansas and Tennessee, and I'm sure the others are going to come rolling in also, but that's not too bad when you're talking about those two teams right there. And Kansas is undergoing a rebuilding program. They made some strides this year. Tennessee, of course, an SEC school, so it's you know, those are a lot of quality teams checking him out and who would love to have him running the football for their programs.
Older brother Cameron Farrar at Oklahoma State. On first down, hands it off. Costanzo wrapped up. I'll make that Dudley, I beg your pardon. Dudley, the wide receiver.
Well, take a look at this because Japan is doing a great job of sniffing out some of these plays. Every time Team USA tries to go wide, Kazaki right there in the backfield, he just blew that thing up. I mean, he really did. And it's going to make it tough when you have that kind of penetration. It's tough to run any play when someone is that deep in your backfield.
2nd and 14, throw down the field, open man caught at the 1-yard line by Dudley. He is in. Caden Dudley found the seam, and the United States back in front.
Yeah, what a beautiful pass. I mean, this was just a great throw. Check out Parsons. Really had a nice touch on that ball, dropped it in over the safety, and Caden Dudley, the 6'1", 190-pounder, but there was a flag on the play. Let's see if it was after the touchdown or not. They're going to talk about it. But I love that pass. What a great throw right there by Parsons. Just some really good touch on that ball, finding the open spot there, and then Dudley took it in for the touchdown.
Personal foul. Blindside block. Offense, number 12. The penalty will be enforced for the spot of the foul. First down.
That negates the touchdown. Pierce Smalley with the blindside block. We've seen that called a few times here today.
Well, and they call that because it's meant to protect the player, and that's what it's all about, to make the game a safer game to play. But it's going to take a touchdown off the board for Team USA. And a beautiful pass from Parsons to Dudley.
Pierce Smalley, class of 22 out of Hot Springs High School, Hot Springs, Arkansas. Very good student, GPA around 3.8.
I'd run the same play again. I mean, I'd literally would call the exact same play again and see if they could cover it any better. Just run it to the other side. We'll see what Team USA does.
Parson looking right, fakes, steps up, rolls to his right, spins, flips it uncharacteristically. It's an interception. He tried to improvise in a bad spot. Tuck Kaizaki with the interception on the underhand flip.
Yeah, Chris Parsons trying to do just a little too much there, and he actually had a trail guy behind him. He could have went to that guy with the football, but he didn't. Instead, he throws it forward, which is not a good idea at all. Ramon Brown was always behind him, but right here, he's going to flip it forward, so that's a forward pass. So this is an intercepted ball right there. So a great play by Japan on defense. Number 7, Kaizaki coming up with the interception. You know, he had helped blow that thing up in the backfield just a couple of plays ago, and now he has, we'll see what they really on the field, whether it's an interception or a fumble. He may have been past the line of scrimmage. If he was, then it's a fumble. If he wasn't, it's an interception. Either way, Japan has the football.
Yeah, trying to make something out of nothing. Kaizaki was alert. Japan takes over at its own 19-yard line. And off on first down, good space on this right side. And he'll barrel forward for a few extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Kobayashi is in at quarterback. That carry came from Mitsuki Yasamura.
Mitu Kobayashi. I tell you what, he's got some big shoes to fill.
7-yard carry, 2nd and 3. He'll pick up the first down. Now 2 strong runs back-to-back from the running back for Japan, Meitiku Yasamura.
Back to that play by Parsons, though. Sometimes you just got to know when to go down. He was just trying to do a little too much on that play. I mean, give him an A for effort, but that might have not been the best play to make during that time.
1st and 10 for Japan from the 32. High snap. They set up the screen, and there is space to operate. He's past midfield, spinning his way up to the 34-yard line. Impressive run once again. He scored the touchdown earlier. It's again Takamoto Suzuki.
Yeah, watch Takamoto Suzuki after he gets his hands on the football. Just a well-designed play. They go back to that wide receiver screen again, and it's set up perfectly. I mean, he slides underneath. They motion one way, he slides underneath. And if you look at Japan, they've come out with a really good game plan for this ball game. They're doing a good job with their motion and misdirection, and they came back to that play underneath, and it was a big play.
Costanzo with the tackle. First down. They go back to the running back. He barrels his way up to the 28-yard line. More hard yards from Meitiku Yasamura.
Yeah, the Team USA right now, they're on their heels a little bit, so they're going to have to find a way to do something to stop this running attack. Right now, Japan is doing a good job with the balance. They're mixing in the run and the pass, and they have Team USA a little off balance right now.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3 from the 28-yard line. This time they pitch it out right back to Yasamura. Wrestled down after a gain of a couple. Big 3rd down coming up here for Japan.
Yasamura is doing an outstanding job, and they're riding him on this drive. They're giving him the football, and he's having a chance to perform and make something happen.
3rd and short for Japan.
Once again, they go quickly, trying to keep that momentum going. The up-tempo offense.
And it is a first down. I beg your pardon. I thought he was short. They get the first down. Now 2 right, 1 to the left. Looked to left the whole time. He rushed the throw. It was wide for Junki Azumia.
Well, they weren't all on the same page for that play. And it's probably a good thing for Japan that it was an incompleted pass, because you could see a lot of confusion in the backfield. They were talking to each other and probably did a good job just throwing that ball away because it wasn't there. It was good coverage.
2nd and 10. Back to the ground. Excellent hit after a gain of just 1. The linebacker got involved there. We see Paul Edmonds, the linebacker from Milliken, Colorado.
Edmonds also on the stop. 6 foot, 215 pounder. That was a big play on the running game there. It's the first time they shut him down cold on the run in a while. So a big stop by Team USA.
Now on third down, catch made, first down, up to the 6-yard line. He's been the featured receiver all afternoon, Takamoto Suzuki.
Yeah, and once again, it's that little movement to the right, that little half roll right there. It allowed the secondary to move. Suzuki found a hole in that zone. He settled down, and he did a good job of getting him the football, and he moved it forward. Another first down for Japan.
How about the play of the second-string quarterback, Hiromitsu Kobayashi? He's been excellent off the bench here in the second quarter. Sweep to the left, another touchdown for Japan. He earned it on that drive. Mitsuki Yasamura into the end zone.
Yasamura, I mean, what an impressive performance on this drive. You know, he came into the game, made a couple of nice runs, and then they decided to milk him. They decided to give him the football, and he took that one into the end zone. What a great run that was after he got around the corner. And we'll take a look at it a little later, but it was an impressive run for a touchdown to put Japan to add to their lead.
Point after touchdown is up and through from Yuki Uzawa. 22-14 Japan. 3:05 left here in the second quarter. And now let's learn more about USA football.
How you doing? My man. How you doing, guys? Good to see you. Good to see you too. Let's see some of this.
That's 5'6", Dwayne. That's a while ago.
You know, if playing for the national team is one of your dreams, by all means chase it. You know, trust in your ability and you know, just have faith in yourself.
USA football is where it's at. You see where we at. Hey, go check the history. It's like one of the best. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, I think you should jump on the opportunity playing on the national team just because of the competition you're going to be going against. Every coach there is going to provide you with information that you're going to need at the next level.
A lot of us in high school were, hey, block left, block right, you're bigger and stronger than everybody, just dominate them, right? And to actually learn technique.
I still use information that I learned from back when I was there today, and I'm here at the NFL Combine, so jump on that opportunity.
I feel like the U.S. national team is a great experience. If you're looking for something that will help you get better as a person and as a player, you should definitely go be in the U.S. national team.
Japan kicks off. It's fielded and a big run past the 40-yard line. He is over midfield looking for blockers. High step in his way, out of bounds just inside the 40-yard line. Impressive run back, Quillan Farrar.
Quillan Farrar right here, picks it up. It's a short kick. He starts around his own 25-yard line, and then look at him picking up some blockers over there. And right now, these two teams are feeding off of each other. You know, one team does something, the other team comes back immediately to answer. And that has the making of a great football game if this continues. I mean, we're just in the second quarter here, and both teams are doing a good job of trying to answer the other one.
First and 10 from the 42-yard line after the long run back. Chris Parson back in at quarterback after his interception. Nearly dragged down, goes back, a flag comes in. He's still dancing away, gets the ball off. Caught there by Blake. Blake bursting forward. And he's down at the 33-yard line.
Well, my guess would be that's holding, because while Parsons was doing his Houdini act and dipping in and dipping out, usually a lineman has got to do something because they don't know where he is on the field. And so they're going to grab somebody during that time. And you know, you look at this, and they basically had a touchdown taken off the board on their last possession. And then you have the turnover by Parsons, and it kind of started all of this. You know, football is a game of momentum, and it swings back and forth the whole time.
Waiting for the call. Farrar's older brother, Cameron. Defensive player at Oklahoma State. Holding against the offense. The brother Cameron played at Skyline High School in Dallas.
Take a look at it here. Parsons in the pocket, and you're going to see him do a great job of just keeping the play alive. But a lot of times, some of the offensive linemen, they don't know. They don't know where he is. They think the ball is gone, or they're trying to protect him, and they're doing whatever they can to keep him up straight. And sometimes you get a holding call when the quarterback is running around like that.
Now from the 48-yard line, trying to extend the play, Parson. Parson has room to run. He tries to hurdle the defender, and that did not work out. Spectacular defense once again, and a flex after the fact. It was Soma Sugawa.
Yeah, Parsons is really pressing in this ball game. Back in the pocket here, he was trying to run the screen, and Japan did a great job of taking that away. So Parsons just takes off, and right here, he tries to go for the hurdle play and didn't get it.
Now another flag comes in. The defensive line for Japan, now he flips it back to extend the play. This likely coming back for a hold. Big run up the right sideline. Again from Martin Blake, but every single play with Parson at quarterback, the defensive line is beating the offensive line of the United States.
Well, it's been an adventure, and it's been an adventure watching him with the football, too. That was an exciting play to watch, but it is probably coming back. And you can see right now, Team USA trying to make something happen on the field, and coaches probably walked out there to tell Chris Parsons, we're in good shape. Let's not try to force it. Take your time. Let's run some of our plays and make it happen.
Offense. Penalties decline. Personal foul. Illegal hands to the face. Offense. 15-yard penalty. Repeat. Second down.
So they're getting backed up further into their own territory. And it looks to me, Butch, like the defensive ends are just more quick than the tackles in the United States. They're not bull rushing. They're just getting around them on the edges. Both outside edges got past their man.
Well, if you go by the reaction, it looked like Bethea might have been one of the guilty parties. There were 2 fouls on the play, but it was a nice run at the end of the play there by Martin Blake, but it was all for naught.
Another flag. A flag on each side. He'll go down the middle of the field. Diving catch is made. Well done there from Pierce Smalley. But we'll see. There was flags at the start of the play, perhaps offside and a free play for the United States.
Let's check it out. Chris Parsons, it was offside by Japan. So Parsons had a free play, looked all over the field, went to his third option on that, and what a great diving catch by Pierce Smalley. The 5'11", 170-pounder from Hot Springs, Arkansas, comes up with a huge catch for Team USA.
That brings back some of the yardage they lost on the prior 2 penalties.
Has this not been an exciting 3 plays? 3 plays?
Now they'll go for it on 4th and 5. Parson rolling right, heaves it towards the sideline, slightly overthrown. He had a man open. It was Jalen Fuchsa.
Well, there's definitely a mismatch on the left side of that line. And that's where a lot of the pressure's coming from. And it's coming very quickly, and Parsons having to roll out to his right to avoid it. Take a look at this on the screen. You see the pressure coming from the right side this time. He took off before it even got there. But the defensive end on that side is getting around that tackle pretty quickly, and he's forcing Parsons out of the pocket.
Japan takes its second timeout of the first half. It will be Japan ball after the turnover on downs. Japan with an 8-point lead, under a minute left in the first half. And our next game, the final game of the International Bowl here in 2020. The United States under-18 national team against Canada. 7:30 Central Time kickoff on ESPN3. Canada, a similar outfit as Japan in their discipline, their size. Should be a good contest with the under-18 national team.
You know, the defensive end on that right side for Japan is actually Sean Ray Trotter on the Japan team, and he's putting a lot of heat on the quarterback, and they're having a tough time keeping him in check. He's got a lot of quickness around the outside.
That was a 3rd down play, the prior play. Now the United States punts. It's out around the 13-yard line. Now Japan will take over. Under a minute left here in the first half. By the way, last year in the under-18 matchup, United States against Canada, a 27-10 win for the United States over Team Canada at the 10th International Bowl.
Well, you and I got a chance to talk before the game about how close last year's game was with Japan, and it's like deja vu all over again, because here we go. 35 seconds left, 22-14 in Japan with the football.
Japan with touchdowns from Takamoto Suzuki and Akira Turkizawa, plus Michiku Yasumura. We're a 22-14 lead. See how aggressive they stay with 35 seconds left, one timeout remaining. And they'll have to burn another here. That's frustrating for Japan. Late to the scene was Tomoaki Yokoyama. He was the last man on the field. Late substitution required the Japanese timeout.
Yeah, and it's also interesting that Japan would go back and change quarterbacks again and go back to Naoyama again. Not that he didn't do well. He did a good job early in the game, but the young man who came off the bench was outstanding in his couple of drives.
And that was Hiromitsu Kobayashi, number 16, the second string.
Yes, he looked really good. He threw the football really well, and surprised they didn't have him back out there with 35 seconds left if they were trying to score. But both of their quarterbacks passed the football well today. Have passed the football well today in the first half. Team USA has 35 seconds. They would love nothing better than to come up here with a big stop and not allow any more points here in the first half.
Iwayama, the quarterback. Handoff on first down. About 7 yards on the carry for Jin Maishima. Japan looking toward the sideline. They might just let the clock roll down. Under 20 seconds now for Japan in the first half.
Yeah, that play wasn't one where they were actually trying to see if they could get a quick score before halftime. I think they're going to say, we have the lead. Let's just sit on it. Let's go to the locker room, talk about this, and see what happens in the second half.
A bright start for both teams. Japan opened the scoring. United States took the lead. Japan retook the lead. Halftime in Arlington. Third of 4 games today. Japan an 8-point lead over the United States under-17 national team.
Fire TV Cube? Alexa, turn on the TV. Play MasterChef. Alexa, volume up.
Done.
Designed for powerful performance. Designed for dynamic response. This is the reimagined Acura RDX, designed for where you drive.
Visit your Houston area Acura dealers for attractive offers on the RDX.
back there. So, and defensively, we just got to give up. We just got to eliminate those big plays. They're not going to drive it down our throat the whole length of the field, but we just can't give up those big plays either.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you.
Are you a clock? Because you've been protecting me from sweat for 48 hours. I can do this all night and all day. Do what you ask, then I sweat. And speaking of sweat, do you sweat here often? Oh, of course you don't. Demo shot!
Fire TV cube? Alexa, turn on the TV. Play MasterChef. Alexa, volume up.
Done. Thank you guys for your hard work and dedication.
Hello, son. I think it's time you join the family business.
Dad, come on, I'm...
Going to Old Spice, Fiji, where the cracking of coconuts releases pheromones of masculinity and mojitos.
Dad, I use Old Spice body and face wash. It's ultra smooth. I'm not like you, Dad.
All right, son. I'll let you get back to your pants meeting.
Fire TV cube? Alexa, turn on the TV. Play Martha and Snoop's Potluck Party Challenge.
Stuffing and I now for my case, I'm gonna be
Alexa, volume up.
bread thrown together with some sausage.
We start the third quarter from Arlington. Matt Peterson with Butch Alcindor. A really good first half, Butch. 22-14 Japan at halftime.
First half with a lot of action going on. I would say some surprises, but it's not because it was a close game last year. So we expected this to be competitive tonight. But we've seen everything. You know, turnovers have played a big part in this game. Japan has two big turnovers. Team USA had a couple of had a turnover from Parsons that was really, really crucial when they were going in for a score. So that is the situation now, is the turnovers that really have been dictating who has the momentum on the field.
United States will receive the kickoff to begin the third quarter. Caden Dudley had a touchdown in the first half. One of the kick returners. Yuki Ozawa will kick for Japan. Good kick, bounces into the end zone.
So Team USA is going to start with the football first, and they're going to try to get some momentum going early here in the second half. They had more opportunities than the score would indicate because they had a chance to capitalize, and like I said, the turnover really hurt. But here they are to start the second half with an opportunity to get back on the scoreboard and move closer in this ballgame.
Jake Strong comes back in at quarterback at a Northwest High School, Justin, Texas, class of 2023. From the 25, handoff on first down, trying to sneak through a crowded line, pickup of 1 or 2.
You know, I was watching the defense, and that Tuck Kaizaki, he is trying to pick the right hole. He's kind of guessing there, and that time he came strong on the blitz, but he ran through the wrong hole, but they were able to slow the running back down just enough to hold him to a short gain on the play.
Ramon Brown, the ball carrier, he stays in the backfield for 2nd and 8. Wild snap, good recovery from Strong. He'll run it himself and scamper up for a first down and more. He's breaking tackles, and he's up to the 45-yard line.
Hey, Jake Strong showing that he got wheels also and he can make a play with his legs. That's a nice run by the quarterback for Team USA. Look at Strong. Does a good job, as you said, Matt, of bringing in that high snap and then watch the moves. Low shake there, another shake there, and it doesn't look like he's moving that fast, but they can't tackle him. Just a fine run by Jake Strong. Big first down for Team USA.
Two of the first missed tackles we've seen all night from Japan. They've been excellent when they've had an opportunity to tackle an American player. Strong, a veteran on this team, three-time USA national team quarterback, also the team captain. Up the middle, big hole up the left side. And will stay in bounds on that left sideline. Scamper forward to the 30-yard line. Ramon Brown, the featured back here in the third quarter.
Ramon Brown just showing off his strength a little bit as he takes the handoff right here. Look, he starts up the middle, and then a nice seal right there, and then he breaks it to the outside, and then a big stiff arm there, and right when you think he's going out of bounds, he says no. Ramon makes another boom move, shifts gears, and picks up a huge gain for Team USA. That's a big pick-me-up right there. Ramon Brown, 6'1", 196 pounds.
Brown will stay in the backfield. 1st and 10, handed off to Brown. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He'll lower his head and drive forward to the 27-yard line.
Pure power on that play. Ramon Brown just showing off his strength and trying to, and his force of will also, because he just forced that ball forward. A nice play there by Brown to pick up some yardage.
Brown, one of the top running backs in the class of 2022. Offers from Michigan, South Carolina, Maryland, and more out of L.C. Byrd High School in Chester, Virginia.
Yeah, he's got a lot of experience with USA football. And he's playing like it right now. He's playing like a guy who's been on this stage before.
2nd and 4 from the 26. Movement up front. Maybe an illegal shift that time from the tight end. Now Cameron Heald was moving out to his right. False start.
Cam Heald just a little too quick to get off the line with that one. You were talking before about Ramon Brown, and you just look at that and you look at the offers he's got coming in, and it's going to be a lot more. You mentioned the Michigan, South Carolina, and Maryland. And by the time this is all said and done, he's going to be able to pick his school.
2nd and 9, rolling out to his right. Strong throws it into traffic. Good coverage out there. It was like all the receivers thought they were going to block for a screen, and Strong wanted one of them to turn around and catch the ball because it was a mismatch of numbers for the U.S. over there.
Yeah, Strong is the only one that realized there were 3 receivers there and 1 defender. And so he's trying to throw the football into the crowd, and it just didn't happen. Just kind of a miscommunication there. And that's a shame because they had an opportunity to get a big play.
Tough for the coaches there. You want to see your receivers ready to block. It's a good thought there, but maybe too unselfish.
Yeah, you can't give up on the play too quickly because your quarterback is on the roll, and usually there's going to be a run-pass option.
Offense number 12, 5-yard penalty. Remaining 4 down.
I will scoot the U.S. national team back 5 more yards.
Yeah, and just to finish up the thought, when you're rolling out like that, you have the run-pass options, and you're right. It's really good that the receivers were trying to block and make something happen downfield, but you also, quarterback's looking to pass too. So you have to hang with the play a little bit longer.
3rd and about 15 now for the United States. Man in motion. Strong from the shotgun. He'll step up, feel the pressure. Down to the 32-yard line.
Jake Long is just getting it done. I mean, like I said, he doesn't look to be the quickest of foot, but he's elusive. He's very hard to bring down, and he knows what he's doing out there. He's kind of an impressive guy. 6'1", 151 pounds. Now he's going to be the holder for a potential field goal attempt.
This will be from 50 yards. Important kick in an 8-point game. Robert Gunn out of Seminole, Florida, from the left hash mark. Kick is up. Does it have the distance? It does. 50-yard field goal for Robert Gunn. pulls the U.S. within 5.
That's impressive. You know the guy has range when you see him attempt a 50-yard field goal in a game. That means the coach has a lot of confidence in that guy.
And give credit.
Been at the forefront of innovation in football equipment. First, we invented an icon. Then, we created football's leading impact monitoring system. We also introduced a truly customized interior. And now, we reimagined the DNA of the helmet. By constantly operating at the forefront of technology, our engineers are designing the future of the game today.
Football has evolved countless times, becoming the game we love today. We believe tomorrow's version can be a smarter and safer one. That's why we created the football development model. It decreases contact and focuses on progression by age, skill, and game type, starting with fun and fundamentals. It gives athletes more ways to play and more reasons to stay. Help us create a smarter and safer football that brings people together. Explore the football development model at usafootball.com/FDM.
Will you be the selected one? Are you giving us everything you've got to be the best you can be? You got to dig down deep. Every drill, every competition. Don't even represent just your family, but this family. You got to be willing to let that blood flow. You got to bring it out in you. What we want is a band of brothers coming together. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. Here we go. Get loose.
Welcome back. Third quarter International Bowl 2020, AT&T Stadium, Arlington, Texas. 50-yard field goal from Robert Gunn has made it a 5-point game. Got out of Pinellas Park High School, class of 2022.
Hey, it's not every day you get to see a 50-yard field goal in a high school football game, but that young man is very impressive. And I was saying right before the break, you don't even get to attempt it unless your coach knows you have that kind of leg and he has confidence in you that you could make it, because you're not going to give up that kind of field position.
Aggressive field inbound right at the sideline, back up to the 28-yard line where he's pushed out by 4 U.S. players.
That's quite a weapon to have when you can score from that far out and know you can depend on your guy from 50 yards in. I mean, that's really quite a weapon to have.
Jin Maishima with the return, and now Robert Gunn. An impressive kick. One of the top 60 kickers in the country based off the December National Showcase. On a contest, consecutive kicks from 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and 55 yards. A deflected pass nearly intercepted.
Yeah, Niwayama back in at quarterback, and he tried that quick pass again. Lyman got a hand on it, and guess what? It was almost picked off again by Darius Ragland. Ragland right there tried to come back and make a play on the ball, just couldn't make the catch. But again, aggressive defense by Team USA, getting the heat on and getting those hands up.
Ragland had the interception return for a touchdown. It gave the U.S. a 14-6 lead in the second quarter. Out of Carbondale, Illinois, also plays basketball there. 2nd and 10. Handoff up the middle. Spinning his way forward for a few yards. Now Kensak Kitahara.
Kitahara followed some great blocking inside. I mean, E2 wanted number 76 leading the way. We knew he would be a factor in this ball game at some point with his size. He did an interview earlier with Lauren Leal on the sidelines, and he did a good job pulling on that play.
Arthura Niwayama, the quarterback, from the shotgun, rolls left, has pressure, gets it away downfield, big ball, just overthrown.
Boy, he had a guy wide open on that play. I don't think you can get any more open than that. So think the pressure of your Team USA, because it was definitely the heat on the quarterback that stopped it from being a touchdown.
Akira Turkizawa nearly got there. He scored the second touchdown, a 7-yard pass earlier. There was 2 receivers downfield that were wide open. That was Kenshin Suzuki, who was also an option.
Well, I think Team USA, they got to feel like they dodged a bullet on that one, because the heat on the quarterback, just on a bad snap.
Nearly blocked, and some contact with the kicker. We'll see if there's any flag coming out. It rolls out to the 37-yard line.
That's a tough one. There was a little contact on the kicker, but it didn't appear to be that much, but he did bump into the kicker.
It'll be the 5-yard variety, so this will stay with the U.S. national team after the 4th down punt. Just the running into the kicker.
It might have been Crichton King, number 92. I'm not positive on that. Let's wait and see here.
First down.
And see, here's one of the coaches wanting some clarification out there, like trying to figure out. I guess it wasn't going to be enough for them to get the first down anyway.
Now it was 4th and more than 10 yards.
Good heat on the quarterback, though. Yeah, let's take another look. It was 92, Crichton King. And he did hit him, but then he also said, "I'm sorry." You can see him put the hands up right away. And when you're big as Crichton is, you know, if you wanted to hit you, he would really hit you, and he didn't hit him.
Chris Parson back in at quarterback on first down. He'll hand it off, bulldozing his way over the 40-yard line. Martin Blake.
Yeah, bulldozing is just the way to describe that. Martin Blake getting the most out of his body right there. All 5'7", 185 pounds. I mean, he looks like a little bowling ball from what we can see here, and he's been a force in this ball game. He's been tough to bring down.
They go back to Blake. Will try to bounce outside. Swims himself for another 5 yards or so. He seems to invite the contact and thrive on it. Tackle made by Taitse Kamada.
Yeah, good penetration by Japan on the play, and then you're going to see the strength of Martin Blake. I mean, they were in the backfield, and he just got away from the tacklers, and he had that quick step, that quick burst to get upfield and turn nothing into something really quick for Team USA.
Sack in the backfield. Excellent work. It was Yo Fujisawa.
Yeah, good job, good penetration. I think Parsons saw him, and I thought he felt like he was going to be able to elude the rush. He had his back turned, but he saw him in plenty enough time. And then before you know it, it was a great play to just break that up in the backfield. That's a big loss, because now you put yourself in a second and a lot.
They set up the screen. Good tackling. The bowling ball bounces off it, though, 3 times, barreling to the sideline.
Martin Blake, that's very impressive. Extremely impressive. You know, last year at the International Bowl, he was the MVP of the under-16 game, and you're just getting a little look at why. Check this out. Should have been down a couple of times. Sneaks out of the backfield, delivers on the screen pass. No, I'm not going down here. No, I don't think so. He just keeps on pushing on, and he's showing off that strength there. Martin Blake making his presence felt here today.
Stepping up into the pocket, now eluding the pressure and dragged down. Another sack. The ball spills loose, but he was already down. Great pursuit by 17 of Japan. Sean Ray Trotter.
Great play by Sean Trotter, and he's been making some big plays for Japan all game. Sean Ray has been in the backfield a lot, but Parsons has got to get rid of that football. He cannot hold the ball that long, and right now you just get the sense that he's trying to do a little too much in this game. Throw it away, wait for the next play. You can see right there, he steps up in the pocket, could not find the opening, and just throw the football away. And it's just the end of the page, because that could have almost turned into another turnover for Team USA, and that would not have been good.
Time to punt for the United States on 4th down. Fair count at the 22-yard line.
So that was a good stop for Japan. You figure Team USA had just converted on the long field goal. They had the ball in pretty good shape, and they started the drive moving up and down the field, and it looked like they were in position to go in and take the lead, but Japan stepped up on defense and turned it back over, so they have the football. They've been tough defensively all game. I mean, they've been playing really tough, doing a good job of racing to the football.
And Japan slightly deeper than some of the other international foes. Some teams have 30, 31 players. They have 40. Still 10 fewer than the United States.
But it makes a difference. It does make a difference. It makes a difference in your substitution patterns and just in the fact that how tired you get.
A delay here before Japan starts its series. 4:57 left, third quarter. The Japanese a 22-17 lead over the U.S. 17 national team. Mini huddle there for Japan.
You got the sense just watching that little huddle, like, they were drawing it up like you do in the backyard. Here's what I'm going to call, but this is what I want you to do.
Niwayama, the quarterback, rolls left, slings it to the sideline, no catch. He tried to walk the tightrope. The Japanese coaching staff pleading the case for Kenshin Suzuki.
Yeah, Suzuki just a little bit too close to the sideline there. Could not get 1 foot in bounds, and the throw might have been just a tad late. He was open there, but by the time the ball got there, there wasn't much he could do to stay in bounds. Good effort, though. Did a good job catching that football.
Now 2nd and 10. 2 right, 2 left, 1 in the backfield. Pitched out that way. Barreled over at the 30-yard line.
That was a really nice job by number 50, Hall Edmonds. He didn't make the tackle, but he did a good job of setting the edge and forcing the runner to go back inside to where he had a couple of his big friends. So he did a really good job of stopping it from being a much, much bigger gain on the outside.
Ryan Costello, the linebacker, with the big hit for the U.S. Costello from Sparrow Bush, New York, and Port Jervis High School. 3rd and 6 for Japan. Pressured, big ball, left sideline. Not accurate enough. Tried to keep it close to the sideline. Asking for pass interference, but that ball was uncatchable.
Yeah, I'd like to take a look at that again, because I think that's one of those plays where Niwayama was kind of ad-libbing a little bit. They had a screen set up on the right side, and that's why the rush got in his face so quickly, and maybe they had the screen covered and he just wanted to throw that ball away. But he went downfield, and it was obvious the screen was set up to go to the right side, and he didn't think he had it.
Punted away. Fumbled at the 36, recovered by Japan.
Huge turnover in this ball game. It's number 1, Caden Dudley. And he just never really had that football, never made a clean catch on it, and the Japanese players got down there in a hurry. Hayahashi made the recovery, number 48, coming on. So that's going to be a big turnover and a big change of possession in this ball game.
Japan takes over at the 38-yard line. Pressured, flipped off. Minimal gain. Good coverage. They had 4 in the backfield, but the linebackers did their job.
Yeah, Japan, again, is doing a good job with all. They do a lot of motion. They were trying to make it look like it was a screen going to the right side, and at the same time they were coming back with the middle screen. So he did a good job of faking the screen right, coming back to the screen underneath, and picking up a nice gain.
A handoff on second down, bursting forward. Near a first down. Mitsuki Yasumura.
Yasumura had a great second quarter. He came on and did a lot of this in the second quarter, and look at the great blocking up front. Just a good job sealing off the defenders and opening up a big hole, and he runs hard.
Now a play to the 10-yard line near another first down. Quality pickup. Tomoaki Yokoyama.
Nice catch and run by Yokoyama, but Japan is doing a really nice job of setting up these screens. They run wide receiver screens. They ran a screen to the tight end earlier. They will screen to the running back. So they do a lot of setting up these screens and setting up a lot of misdirection plays. And they're having a lot of success with those in this ball game. Let's take a look at that last play again, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. He looks one way, comes back underneath on the wide receiver screen this time, and it's just a big gain, but they give you a lot to look at. And if you're from a defensive standpoint, you know, they're showing you this and they're running something else, and that's very, very difficult. Especially if you're a team that pursue a lot. If you pursue the football a lot, you can get caught on a lot of these misdirection plays. So after the turnover, Team USA trying to hold the fort down, coming up with a big stop here. This defense is in a big hole here. You know, they'd love to come up with a stop and give the ball back over to the offense.
Second and 1. First down at the left side, down to the 6. Hard running all night from Mitsuki Yasumura.
Yeah, Yasumura is a really tough back with the football, and he's like I said, he picked up right where he left off in the second quarter, and he came around. They actually did a good job defending him that time. They turned him back inside, and the gang tackled him and got him down, but he's been a force here in the ball game.
Lob, fade to the back corner. Excellent defense, perfect timing. Zaire Riley.
Boy, that's just a great job by Riley. Because when you take a look at that again, you're going to see they were trying to sell something else in the backfield. Niwayama was actually making a fake, trying to hope the defensive back would bite. He actually made a good throw. He threw that to a spot where he wanted his receiver to be, and it was just a great play by the defensive back.
Riley in his third international bowl, showing his experience there. Second and goal, pitched out to the left. Good defensive play again for the United States.
Ryan Costello getting up there quickly from his linebacking post, and that's what they haven't done. You know, you have to have that kind of tackling, that sure tackling to take down the runner. So this is going to bring up a huge down now for Japan.
You have any gut instinct? You think it's 4-down territory for Japan? You think they would take 3 here?
I think it's 4-down territory. You know, they're close. They're knocking on the door.
Looking towards the corner. Excellent throw. Touchdown. Precision from Japan. Tomoaki Yokoyama.
Well, we'll never know about that 4th down gamble, because on 3rd down, they connect. Niwayama, I mean, this is just an absolutely perfect pass, and then a good catch over there by Yokoyama. I mean, he just did a good job of getting both feet in right there. He only needed one, got both of them down, and just a good play.
Japan capitalizes after the fumbled punt. And they might go for 2 here.
Well, they're talking about it.
Yeah, it's an 11-point lead. This would stretch it to 13. And they will go for 2. Iwayama stays in. Japan will call time before the 2-point try.
It's a good move. I think it's a good move. You know, you were jokingly talking about that before, how if you had a football team, you'd probably go for 2 every time. And, you know, there's something to that in these situations. And the first time Japan, they actually faked the extra point. This time they'd be running from a set position. You know, it wouldn't be any trickery involved as far as a fake kick or anything like that. So 11-point lead, have a chance to make it 13. But that was an impressive drive after the turnover. Way to cash in for points after a tough turnover for Team USA.
Yeah, the points I made as we talked about 2-point conversions, and I said if you're an above average team, might you go for 2 every time you score a touchdown? Maybe not at the end of a game if you're down a point in a critical game, but generally go for 2, considering you should get it more than half the time. It's good repetitions for your offense, confidence building plays for your skill position players. I think one downside is that you might burn your best plays from 2 or 3 yards out. And if you need it in a 4th down situation late in the game or from a scouting perspective, you might show too much.
You've already shown it. Well, here they come, and they're going to go for it. You know, you mentioned confidence. This team has been playing with a lot of confidence from the opening kick. Japan has come out, and they have really, really played with a lot of confidence that they could compete in this game, and so far they have, and they've been leading Team USA.
Pressured, throws it, it's intercepted. We'll see if he can run it back here. Up the left sideline, 1 man to beat. Trying to screen him. Did he push him out? He did not. They will take it in.
Oh, did he go out? Mannix looked like it was Brandon Mannix. Mannix on the interception. And he kind of looked like he was called out of bounds there. I think he stepped out. Let's see again.
If so, spectacular hustle from the quarterback to chase him down.
Just a great play. And a good break on the football right there by Brandon Mannix. And right here, it looks like he's got a chance because you'd think number 52, Ryan Costello, could take out the quarterback. But Ryan was good job by the quarterback. Just a great job. Ryan probably should have went and taken that guy out. He didn't want a flag, and he did step out barely on the line. And Costello was in position to make the block, but he didn't want the flag.
Or a blindside block.
And the quarterback was so aggressive on the play. Give him credit for pushing away Costello. Niwayama did a great job pushing away Costello and then getting him out of bounds. And he barely stepped out.
Yeah, that was one of the most aggressive things I've ever seen from a quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He grabbed the jersey for 5 to 10 yards.
He did. He did.
And important, that would have been 2 points the other way for the United States under-17 national team. Would have been a 9-point game. Instead, the kickoff, big run up the middle and down to the 23-yard line.
Well, it's been a huge play. Also, from a momentum standpoint for the team and a big lift for Team USA. Here you have them trying to add on 2 more, and you take it for 2 the other way. I would bet you if Costello had that to do again, if he had it to do again, he would go ahead and just take the quarterback down and take him out because he was so conscious of not wanting to do anything to take away from the play. Like you said, he let the quarterback control the situation instead of him controlling the situation. Good play. Saved Japan 2 points.
On first down, it's back with Jake Strong. He'll hand it off up the middle. A nice job to escape a tackle by Ramon Brown.
Yeah, Ramon Brown has had a good game tonight. I mean, and he's been impressive, and he's going to open some eyes because he's run hard, he's run tough, and he's made the most of his opportunities. We've seen 3 outstanding backs tonight for Team USA, and Ramon Brown trying to impress every time he gets on the field, and so far he's doing a great job. I say this guy should be one of the class of 2022.
High snap, dealt with well by Strong, gets it off to Brown. Brown pushed backward.
Very impressed with the defense that Japan has been playing in this ball game. You know, we mentioned the whole first quarter was a defensive slugfest, and everything that, for both sides almost, the points have come after turnovers. So if you hang on to the football, you got a pretty good chance to win this game because every time somebody turns it over, it looks like the other team comes back with points.
Taitsei Kamada with the tackle there. 1 minute left in the third, hands it off. It's Brown again up the middle, has space, bounces to the left. Push backward at the 40-yard line. He picks up the first down on 3rd and 1.
Well, that was a great misdirection play by Team USA. Take a look. You're going to motion one way, and he's going to hand to Brown coming back the other way. And Brown hits the hole so quickly. Nice gain. Good job by those big offensive linemen up front. But the misdirection also helped on the play.
30 seconds left in the third. Japan up by 11. United States driving near midfield.
Money drive for Team USA. They got to have points off of this drive.
Strong high snap goes past him. It's loose. Strong covers up. Well, the United States throughout the game have had a hard time snapping the ball in shotgun.
Yeah, and that's it's a timing thing. And that's one of the toughest things to work out when you only have 6 days to practice. And so they have to get that straight in a hurry because they've done it several times tonight. And that one hurts because you lose so much yardage on the play.
End of 3. Japan up 11. Can the U.S. mount a comeback in Arlington?
My name is Robert Pomazek. I'm the head football coach at St. Charles North High School. This is my 7th year in that position. 2 years ago at the USA Football Clinic, I found out about this player monitoring system from a coach at DeSoto High School who had used it with his program, and how game-changing it was to be able to look at hard data on what the physical load the players were taking on. So when I looked into it, it seemed like a clear-cut winner for us to take our program to the next level.
Gatorade packs carbs to refuel and electrolytes to replenish, so you can bring the heat. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Riddell has been at the forefront of innovation in football equipment. First, we invented an icon. Then, we created football's leading impact monitoring system. We also introduced a truly customized interior. And now, we reimagined the DNA of the helmet. By constantly operating at the forefront of technology, our engineers are designing the future of the game today.
We begin the fourth quarter. It's Japan 28. United States under 17 national team 17. United States on second down from the 33. They put a man in motion. Fake one handoff, handed off the other way to Quillan Farrar. Nice gain up to the 39-yard line.
Did a good job making something out of that run because it didn't look like he was going to get that much on the outset. So good running by Farrar going forward. The 5'7", 170-pound running back from Mesquite, Texas. He's also had a pretty good game here tonight. You know, like I said, all these running backs, man, you got to like these guys. You talked about his brother earlier. You know, he comes from a football family, so this is just right up his alley. It's just his time to shine now.
Now 3rd and 12. Over the middle, slightly underthrown and dropped. Looked like he tried to move the feet and get the first down before he brought it in. That was Braden Lynch.
And there's a flag down in the backfield. Could be a late hit on the quarterback. Let's see what they got. Nope. Well, this is a drive that started with so much promise, and now it's going the wrong way.
Lynch with the drop. Out to Loma High School, out to Loma, California.
Offense number 7. That penalty is declined. Foot down.
Lucas Mullen with the holds.
You know, we had the incomplete pass on the play and the ball was low. Should have been caught, but the reason why it was low, again, it was the pressure from the outside. And Team USA has had problems with the pressure coming in from the outside, and it was there again, and it forced Strong to throw the ball a little quicker than he wanted to.
I think pretty surprising. I would say on the whole, Japan has had more pressure on the American quarterbacks than the U.S. has brought on the Japanese quarterbacks.
It's been a good ball game. It's been a good ball game with two really solid defensive squads.
Punted away. Fair catch signal for and caught at the 21-yard line. Japan, with an 11-point lead, can try to stretch the lead. We go back to the sideline with Lauren Leal.
The last points on the board that we saw from this U-17 national team was the kicker, the 50-yard field goal. That's pretty unprecedented, especially from this 16-year-old, actually, out of South Florida. That is number 11, Robert Gunn. I got a chance to ask the coach of the kicker and the punters what it's like working with this kid, in which he told me he's a great guy, not very boisterous. He stays kind of to himself.
Like he's a
However,
kicker.
the key to getting the field goals, to getting is all psychological. Being in these bad moods, which he said he was in earlier in the week, just, hey, knock it out, calm down, relax, it's going to be okay, get out there and do it. And that's what we saw with this 50-yarder, guys.
Lauren, appreciate all your work yesterday and today. A 50-yard kick. One of the top high school kickers in the country. Robert Gunn.
That was impressive. It was very impressive.
Unfortunately for the U.S. national team, still down by 11. That was their last score. They haven't threatened the end zone since. Nice run upfield, up to the 33-yard line. Jin Maishima, the ball carrier. And Japan looking for another victory over an American team. The Japanese under-17s beat the U.S. Stripes 21-6 back in 2018. We mentioned the 4-point loss at this age group last year. Handoff, right side. Good penetration from the U.S. Again, a carry for Maishima. He's wrestled out.
At this point in the ball game, Team USA, they're not only taking on Japan, but they're also taking on the clock. And that's because Japan has an 11-point lead. So if we have 9:55 right now, so if they could chew off another 4 or 5 minutes off of that clock, that would be huge before they gave the ball back. So right now, Team USA needs to come up with a big stop on the defensive side.
2nd and 9 from the 33. They fake the handoff. Big ball down the left sideline. It's caught. Hauled in at the 35. Koki Ono.
Ono made a sensational catch on that one. You know, the ball is just put up there, and then watch this catch. Good job. He turned his body completely around. The defensive back never really got a chance, never saw the ball, so he couldn't make a play on it, and it was a great catch there. Fabian Nagia on the coverage, but not good enough. A big down and a big catch by Ono for the first down.
Now in U.S. territory, run off the right guard. Up near the 30-yard line. More carries here from Jin Maishima.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see Team USA taking a few more chances on defense at this point in the game. They have to force a turnover, and they know that because that clock is going to continue to tick down. So they have to do something to get their hands back on the football.
Flushed out. Low throw. Was he an eligible receiver? I guess there was one in the vicinity.
Well, it wasn't 73. I don't think so, unless he checked in as an eligible receiver, which is always possible. But he threw it right down at his knees, and it was an incompleted pass.
Hiromitsu Kobayashi is back at quarterback. 3rd and 6 for Japan. Right on the edge of field goal range. This would be a 48 or 49 yarder for Japan if they do not get the first down. Now he's flushed out.
Great job.
Incomplete.
Great job on the pressure. That forced that incomplete pass.
Leiku, who I know, the intended receiver. Now 4th and 6. Do they try the field goal to stretch it from 11 to 14 points?
Kobayashi forced out of the pocket 2 consecutive plays. So Team USA dialing up the pressure, forcing him to go out on the move and try to complete a pass on the move. So they're lining up to punt.
They're going to punt from the 32. A low snap and a poor punt right out of bounds. Might as well have gone for it. They're on 4th and 6 with that kind of punt.
That's not what he had in mind. I mean, that looked like a 5-yard punt. We'll see where they mark it, but that worked out great for that Team USA defense, coming up with a huge stop there. That was money. And now they got to see if they can put some points on the board in a hurry. It's been a good ball game, and I think we mentioned in the second half, Team USA, they've had some opportunities, and they just haven't been able to cash them all in. And now they have the ball with 7:57 to go, and now I think you have to start looking downfield and trying to take some big chunks.
Chris Parson back in at quarterback. The series begins from the 30. Handoff, left side, a reverse. Back to Dudley. Dudley has a blocker. Dudley up the right sideline.
Hello, son. I think it's time you join the family business.
Dad, come on. I'm
going to Old Spice, Fiji?
Dad, I'm an Old Spice body and face wash kind of guy.
Moisturizing.
There may be trouble ahead, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance.
Free 2-hour grocery delivery. Now with Prime.
Japan over the United States 17 national team. 7:12 left here in the fourth quarter. Ball's at the 26-yard line for the United States. Our last play was the long run from Dudley up the right sideline. Now 2nd and 10 for the United States. Down 11, 7:12 left.
Yeah, USA on the move, and a quick score here, and you're right back in this ball game.
Chris Parson, the quarterback. Martin Blake to his right. Three receivers bunched on the left. Cameron heeled the man in motion. Here comes Parson running again. Parson barrels down, stays on his feet, and then he lost it. It goes out of bounds.
It goes out of bounds, but Team USA should keep the football because Japan never possessed it in bounds. The guy fell out of bounds on the play, but take a look at the run by Parsons. I mean, again, it just feels like he's trying to do so much. He does a great job here of getting out of the pocket and looking up, and then watch him turn upfield. Breaks that tackle right there, still on his feet, does an amazing job, and at this point, the ball's going to be knocked out right here. And you see him kick it up in the air, then it's tipped, and then Japan, and I don't think that the Japanese player established himself in the field of play.
Japan appealing for the ball.
Well, they're marking it down, so they're going to keep it on the Team USA side.
I agree with you. Parson, he's athletic, he's determined, he's fighting for every last yard, but it's almost like he treats every play like the last play of the game in the fourth quarter, and they need a score. Sometimes you got to take what you have.
Yeah, exactly. Take what they're giving you and be satisfied with that, and come back to play another play instead of giving up the ball. So that was a big break for Team USA that they got to keep it.
Parson hands it off. It's Blake off to the right. Blake barreling forward to the 6-yard line.
Nice job by Martin Blake. Running hard. Just short of the 5-yard line, but a good, strong power run. And, you know, he wants to just get behind that big offensive line, but they also have to have one eye on the clock as we're under 7 minutes now.
Daisuke Fuji with the tackle.
Boy, this thing is setting up to be one whale of a finish if they could punch this one in for a touchdown.
Japan calls time. 2nd and 5 coming up for the United States.
You know, I was looking at that earlier, and it's, you know, we read, I think you said it, that Martin Blake doesn't really have a lot of offers. That is hard to believe because he's going to end up playing college ball somewhere along the line, and if it'll change next year, it's going to happen because that guy's an outstanding young running back.
Now, the scouting report from the coaches, all he does is show up and win MVP awards. Last year, International Bowl MVP at the U-16 game. This year at the Phoenix Regional, running back MVP. Then again, high school summer training camp in Texas. He won the running back MVP again.
You know, a guy like that is definitely going to play on the next level someplace. He's had a fine game tonight.
Just recapping the touchdowns for the U.S. U-17 national team. Martin Blake had the first, an 8-yard TD run, and Darius Ragland the interception return for a touchdown. They haven't scored an offensive touchdown since the first half. Last point on the 50-yard field goal from Robert Gunn, which made it 22-17. Japan scored since then. 2nd and 5. They can get one more first down before the end zone. Blake pushed backward, dancing to his left, just smothered. A sea of red from Japan.
Well, you know, it looked like they were in the huddle on that play because, you know, there were like 5, 6 red jerseys in the backfield. I mean, it's tough to run on that play. Literally, he was hit the minute he touched the football, and then a lot of help came, so that's going to bring up a big down for Team USA. But that play fooled no one. I mean, it really didn't. That was a tough one.
4-down territory for the U.S., down 11, 5:48 left. They can get a first down before the end zone near the 1-yard line. Parson stepping up. Parsons going to run for it. Dancing right. Parsons in. That time the leak works. Touchdown run from Chris Parson.
Yeah, what a great run. And he put on a heck of a move right in the middle of the field. Actually, you're going to see on the replay, broke one of the Japanese defensive players down. I mean, he literally tackled the air, but looks like we do have a flag on the play.
Offense number 79. 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay, 3rd down.
Another possible play negated for the United States by a hold.
Yeah, you know what? And that was a great run. And it's the 2nd touchdown of the day taken back because of a penalty.
And you can see the lineman slam him down to the ground.
Boy, that's an inopportune time for that penalty right after a big touchdown. So for Team USA tonight, 2 touchdowns taken off of the board because of penalties.
Backs them up to the 22-yard line. 3rd and about 20. Parson looking to the end zone. Over the middle, excellent defense. Intended receiver was Pierce Smalley. Nice work in the secondary. Kazuya Namitsa, the DB.
You can see Parson here in the pocket, takes his time, gets set, throws a rifle over the middle, and that pass was just a tad behind the receiver, just enough to let Japan make the fine defensive play there. So it comes down to this.
Well, he needs to make the field goal to pull within 8.
To keep him in the game.
They made it from 50 earlier. Robert Gunn. Snap is down, the kick is up. It's good. 28-20. United States national team within 8, under 5 minutes left at the International Bowl in Arlington.
Riddell has been at the forefront of innovation in football equipment. First, we invented an icon. Then we created football's leading impact monitoring system. We also introduced a truly customized interior. And now we reimagined the DNA of the helmet. By constantly operating at the forefront of technology, our engineers are designing the future of the game today.
Football has evolved countless times, becoming the game we love today. We believe tomorrow's version can be a smarter and safer one. That's why we created the football development model. It decreases contact and focuses on progression by age, skill, and game type, starting with fun and fundamentals. It gives athletes more ways to play and more reasons to stay. Help us create a smarter and safer football that brings people together. Explore the football development model at usafootball.com/FDM.
Will you be the selected one? Are you giving us everything you've got to be the best you can be? You got to dig down deep. Every drill, every competition. Don't even represent just your family, but this family. You got to be willing to let that blood flow. You got to bring it out in you. What we want is a band of brothers coming together. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. Here we go. Get loose.
Eight-point lead for Japan. Night falling in North Texas. Our next to last game. The under-18 national team for the U.S. will take on Canada. 7:30 kickoff Central Time on ESPN3. Now let's watch the U.S. You never know. Down 8, 5:20 left. Might they have something up their sleeve on this kickoff?
Well, we'll see here because we'll see how badly they want to get the football back. 5:20 left, and you have your timeouts. It's enough time to try to get the football back. You got a kicker who can kick it deep, and that's what they go for.
Big kickoff from Gunn, fielded from the 5-yard line. Great tackle at the 18. He brought down Jin Maishima. One of the defensive stars of this game, Darius Ragland, had the interception return for a touchdown earlier.
Yeah, Ragland just keeps impressing tonight. Of course, he was the goal ball MVP at the Chicago Regional this past spring. He's played it tonight. I think he's earned a goal ball tonight. You mentioned his touchdown return. He's been all over the place. He almost had another interception, and he's made a few tackles for Team USA on defense.
Most likely in the middle of a basketball season, too. Plays hoops in Carbondale as well.
It was just great coverage. They got down there in a hurry. And we'll see what Japan does here, whether they try to work on the clock or do they continue with that up-tempo offense.
On 1st and 10. Quarterback draw right up the middle. Othora Niwijama. Two quarterbacks, both effective for Japan today. It's the starter back in here late in the fourth quarter. Othora Niwijama.
R.J. Brown and Hall Edmonds in the backfield. Japan does so much motion, but they weren't buying it that time. They had a big play, a big stop for a loss of 2.
A little dump off on the right side, near a first down. He indicates he got the first down, might be a little bit short. We'll see where the ref marked him, but I like the celebration anyway from Yams Sheeter. And now down to Lauren Leal, who has a surprise guest.
And now I'm standing by Kayshawn, and he's with the 18 Canadian team. The game coming up next. Kayshawn, how does it feel being here at AT&T Stadium or just in Texas playing the game of football?
It feels amazing to be out here representing my country, Canada, and I can't wait to get out on this field.
And what is your position?
I play defensive line.
Okay, what has the experience been like being here so far and meshing with these guys when you've only had a couple days of practice?
I think it's crazy how quick we've become a family, this team. I'm just ready to go ball out with my brothers and beat these Americans.
All right, guys, beat these Americans. That's what Kayshawn says. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Sending it back to PU upstairs.
A warning shot from Kayshawn. We'll see if that's bulletin board material. Maybe the U18 national team for the U.S. watching on their phones in the locker room.
You never know. You never know.
Well, Japan forced to punt. And a excellent punt coverage. They fumble was one of the biggest plays in the game. Remember, that was dropped by the number 1 for the U.S. And their Costanzo or Dudley recovered by Japan. They went in and scored, and right now that's the difference in the game.
It is. It is. And that one, it was kind of shaky on that one also there for a minute. So I was hoping he would just fair catch the ball and make sure you had an offensive possession. But here it is. It comes down to 3:42. The game's on the line, and we got a fantastic finish setting up here, because not only does Team USA have to get the touchdown, they need the 2-point conversion also.
Jake Strong comes back in at quarterback from Justin, Texas, just up the road from Arlington. A blitz on first down. Good decision out to the right. Caden Dudley immediately tackled.
Yeah, good job by Jake Strong. I mean, he came in there and did a good job. You can see he's calm under the pressure. We were looking at these comments from the coaches. They said one of the best leaders I've ever been around in football. And he said his teammates love him. And you know what? A drive like this is made for good leaders, and we will see what happens with Jake Strong out here with the game on the line. 3:11 to go.
Second and 10. He rolls right. Has a man downfield. Intercepted. Threw it right into the hands of Yo Fujisawa.
Boy, that is a huge turnover right there. Turnovers have been the story of this ball game, and here you see one here. Let's check out Jake Strong back here, and he just made a mistake. Rolling to his right, looking back across the field. Actually threw that in the double coverage. It wasn't going to get there. It kind of misread the coverage there. He did have a guy open underneath. The guy who made the interception fell off of his man, fell back into the zone, made the pick, and that's a huge play for Japan.
Second interception for Japan today. Kaizaki, had one earlier, plus the fumble recovered. 3 critical turnovers from the U.S. today.
Still 2:54 to go, but that one hurts. As Team USA now will try to have to come up with some way to get the football back to the offense.
Iwayama in at quarterback. They'll flip it off to the left. Bursting forward for about 4 yards. Kenzak Kitahara.
Yeah, just a good job. Defense recovered there. Looked like that play could have went for more yards than it actually did. And that's a happy young man right now. He goes, what? They got me? Oh, I am on TV. There we go. I get an interception. I get on TV. These guys having a good time this week, and that's really what it's all about.
A great team orchestrated celebration there, led by the number 1, Yo Fujisawa. Had the critical interception moments ago, setting up Japan for the victory. They lead by 8.
They're doing a good job now, milking that clock down, letting every second tick away.
Run upfield. That will set up about 3rd and 2 or 3.
Niwayama's just getting away. I mean, they had pressure come up the middle, and he felt the pressure, and he just stepped right up the middle and gained everything he could on the play. Got what he could get out of it. But they had the pressure get through, but just not close enough to make the sack.
Yeah, Japan's defense, you have to give them credit today. Here are the touchdowns to the United States national team. An 8-yard touchdown run for Martin Blake, which gave the U.S. its first touchdown. Then the interception return for a touchdown by Darius Ragland for a 14-8 lead. But since then, no touchdowns. 2 field goals from Robert Gunn. No passing touchdowns all day today. The offense has been very quiet for the United States.
Well, that Japan defense, you know, most of the first quarter they threw a shutout, and then they're picking up right where they left off in the fourth quarter. Just in the middle, they allowed a little bit there that happened that was out of their control. But they've had a good game plan tonight. They've come out and executed. They put a lot of pressure. You know, you noticed it right from the beginning. Those defensive ends have been coming around the outside, making pressure on the quarterback, and they've really disrupted what Team USA was trying to do from an offensive standpoint.
Quarterback keeper for a first down, critical there, and it looked like a bit of a smoke screen. Niwayama, he was audibly doing a steering motion as if he was signaling, and then I think he kind of caught the U.S. off guard. They weren't ready for the sneak.
They have a lot of that in their playbook. It's amazing how much misdirection they try to throw at you and trickery that they do. And so far today, it's been a good formula, and it's worked.
Now
But
first down for Japan at the 30-yard line.
although I was going to say on that play, it was like 2 yards for the first down. So I don't think he really fooled anybody. They just couldn't stop it. Just a good surge by that offensive line forward, and he did a good job of getting behind those big friends of his.
My point, I think he fooled him how quickly he went, because he was audibling and then he snapped it and went. Maybe they weren't quite ready for the timing of the snap.
Yeah, and either way, they were going to make the first down, and now the clock continues to tick down. And, you know, you mentioned how close the game was last year with Japan, and, you know, they come back in here this year, and, boy, this another timeout for Team USA, but the celebration is already underway on the Japanese sideline.
It will be their second win at the International Bowl all time. They beat the U.S. Stripes 21-6 at the U-17 level in 2018. Now, 2017 at the same age level, they lost 44-7. Four-point loss last year. So make them 2-2 all time with the victory.
It's pretty good when you really think about it. That's a pretty good record coming in here. And we got to see a good football game tonight. Turnovers, as they usually do, dictated the outcome of this one. If it should hold up, it's 28-20 now.
On second down, they're going to throw to the end zone. Incomplete. Trying to catch the U.S. off guard after killing time. Intended receiver, Kenshin Suzuki. It was Zaire Riley with more quality blanket coverage in the secondary.
Yeah, I don't know about that call, because, you know, you want to keep the clock ticking down, or you want Team USA to use their timeout. So that's a strange one. I guess they figured everybody would be coming up and they'd have a chance to take it, but you don't need it. I guess that's what it comes down to. You have an 8-point lead, 58 seconds to go. The clock is your friend.
Handoff up the middle. No gain in a suplex tackle.
Sir Mells
with the takedown.
Yeah, Sir Mells. You know, we heard a lot about him before the ball game, and that was he's still playing hard. Big tackle there.
Liberty High School in Las Vegas. They beat Bishop Gorman to win the Nevada State Championship in the fall. An offer from Arizona already.
Well, you know, it's impressive anytime a defensive lineman is ever your leading tackler or your second leading tackler. And last year he was the second leading tackler on last year under 16 International Bowl. That's impressive. Because, you know, you think a defensive lineman, you're fighting double teams the entire game. So this guy is an outstanding talent. Sir Mells.
Japan calls time. Less than a minute left in the fourth quarter. Japan with an 8-point lead. Japan's touchdowns here today. They open the scoring. Takamoto Suzuki for a early lead. And then a 7-yard touchdown pass to Akira Turkizawa. Mitsuki Yasamura, the third touchdown, a run. And then Tomoaki Yokoyama, touchdown pass for the fourth touchdown, which was thrown by Niwayama. 15 seconds left. They're going to punt it. Pooch punt. Bounces at the 18.
Wow.
Picked up by the United States. Japan living dangerously. Wise job that time by the number 1 for the U.S. national team. He could have run it all the way back.
Yeah, it was. It was Costanzo over there, that number 1 on that one that picked it up there and just about took it out. You know, what if he would have broken that? That would have been exciting. What a way to end this ball game. It would have been fitting in some ways because he fumbled one earlier in the game. And so that time he comes flying up there and surprised everybody, really. But now we have 4 seconds left on the clock. So we've seen stranger things in football than this. But it's going to take a big play.
And ironically, it was a play like this that ended it last year for Japan. A throw to the end zone broken up in their 4-point loss. Chris Parson back in at quarterback. One final play, just 2 rush for Japan. Parson will see the arm on him. From the 34-yard line. Big throw. Intercepted. And that will do it. The game ends on the 3rd interception today from Japan. Soma Sugawa. Well, Japan springs the upset. Your thoughts, Coach Alcindor?
Great job. They came in here. They were really prepared for this ball game today. They played a great defensive game, and their offensive scheme was outstanding.
For our entire crew, Coach Alcindor and Matt Peterson saying so long. Japan wins for the 2nd time ever at the International Bowl. An 8-point win over the U.S. U-17 national team.